My presentation is Hallucinations and the Need for Verification. My thesis is simple but essential. AI models are powerful but prone to hallucinations, so we must verify their accuracy before using them in real-world tasks. Artificial intelligence is transforming how we work, learn, and create, but with that power comes responsibility. Over the next few minutes, I'll explain what AI hallucinations are, why they matter, and what steps we can take to reduce their impact and use these systems more responsibly. Artificial intelligence has become a part of nearly every aspect of modern life, from writing essays, generating art, summarizing legal documents, and conducting research. However, it's important to remember that AI models don't think or reason like humans. Instead of seeking truth, they predict the most statistically likely next word or phrase in a sentence. That means their answers can sound confident, fluent, and persuasive, even when they're completely false. These false or fabricated outputs are what we call hallucinations. They might include made-up facts, um, citations to non-existent sources, or even fabricated events. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore how these hallucinations arise, why they can be so convincing, and what ethical and practical methods we can use to verify AI output before trusting AI in high-stake situations. The rise of advanced models like ChatGPT and Gemini has shown us how capable AI can be. These systems can write essays, generate software code, analyze data, and create artwork or poetry that often feels human-like. In our class's Zoom discussion with Professor Sylvia Park from the University of Kansas, she described AI as a tool that enhances creativity and accessibility, giving more people the ability to express complex ideas with ease. But she also reminded us creative power doesn't equal factual reliability. AI can inspire imagination, but it doesn't know truth. And that delicate balance between imagination and accuracy is precisely where ethics and verification come to play. So, what is AI hallucination? An AI hallucination occurs when a model confidently produces false, misleading, or made up information. For example, inventing a research paper, misquoting statistics, or citing sources that doesn't exist. In the, discu- in the discussion led by Professor Hiller and Jake Wargerzog, they explained that AI systems fill in the gaps based on predictions and not truth. That's because language models don't have understanding or intent. They simply generate patterns based on training data. When the model doesn't have enough information, or when the data it learned from was biased or incomplete, it creates something that sounds right, even when it's completely wrong. And this tendency becomes dangerous when people assume that AI knows what it's talking about. Now, you might think if AI gets something wrong in a casual conversation, it's not that big of a deal. But in professional fields like healthcare, education, or law, hallucinations can cause some serious harm. One of the most famous examples was Mata v. Avianca. In the case, these lawyers used ChatGPT to draft a legal brief, and the AI fabricated the entire court cases that didn't exist. When the court discovered, the lawyers were fined, and the event became a major headline around the world. It wasn't just embarrassing, it raised public and ethical questions whether AI can be trusted in professional environments. A study from Stanford's Human-Centered AI Institution later found that legal AI systems hallucinate roughly 1 in every 6 cases, which shows this is not an isolated incident, it's a structural problem built on how these models work. This brings us to the ethics of AI hallucinations. Ethical AI isn't about coding, it's about responsibility, transparency, and human oversight. The IBM article on agentic AI emphasizes that AI systems become more autonomous. We must ensure that they act responsibly and under human control. This means designing models that can explain their reasoning, trace their sources, and flag uncertainty. As Professor Park discussed, creativity through AI must always come with responsibility. In other words, it's not enough to enjoy what AI can do. We have to ensure what it produces doesn't cause any harm. This means designers, developers, educators, and everyday users all share the duty to verify AI output before relying on it. How can we verify AI output in practice? I'm going to list 4 ways we can verify AI output in practice. So the first way is by fact checking everything, to treat AI responses like you would with a Wikipedia article and double checking claims, citations, and data. Number two is use multiple sources. If you're researching something important, run the same query through multiple AI systems and databases and compare their answers. Number three is to adapt new technologies like the retrieval augmented generation, which is the RAG, that was discussed in Stanford's legal RAG hallucinations paper. And number four is to maintain human oversight. In sensitive fields like medicine, education, or law, humans must always make the final call. AI should assist, not replace critical thinking and expertise. The key takeaways is that AI's power must always be balanced with caution. On one hand, AI can help us become more efficient, creative, and informed. It can automate tasks, assist with complex data, and make knowledge more accessible. But on the other hand, if we trust AI blindly, hallucinations can spread information, damage reputations, or even lead to legal and ethical violations. Our generation's challenge is to find balance, to embrace AI's enormous potential while always putting truth and verification first. Revisiting the legal example briefly, in Mata versus Avianca, the lawyers trusted ChatGPT became a cautionary, the lawyer's trust in ChatGPT became a cautionary tale. The AI confidently generated completely fake legal citations, and the lawyers, assuming they were real, submitted it to the court. This wasn't just a technical error, it was an ethical failure of verification. As Stanford's HAI research showed, even domain-specific AI models trained for law still hallucinate regularly. If highly educated professionals can be misled by AI, that tells us one thing very clearly. Verification isn't optional, it's essential before trust. To conclude, AI models are incredibly powerful, but they don't understand truth. Their tendency to hallucinate means that using them without careful verification can lead to misinformation, ethical harm, and loss of public trust. As the readings from Stanford, HAI, IBM, and our class discussions highlight, responsible AI use requires 3 key pillars: verification, transparency, and human oversight. If we follow these principles, AI can become one of the most transformative and ethical tools of our generation, enhancing creativity, improving efficiency, and empowering knowledge without sacrificing truth or integrity. Thank you.